Welcome to Ladies in Production podcast, where we talk about animation and VFX production through the female lens.
Kidario!
Savanna says all of the Korean words. Mariel says like Harry Potter spells. 5, 4, 3,
2, 1. Hello!
Hey!
Kidario!
Oh my god, no, leave me alone.
That's how Savanna says Korean kidario, which means wait.
Kidario.
Kidario.
Kidario?
I go to Mariel's
Kidario.
house and Riley, her dog, is like obsessed with me, so I just yell at her and make her do things.
Do you do your Riley? Oh, I can't even do it. Remember?
Riley!
Yeah. When you were screaming like that, I was like, who is
It
that?
does work.
Riley! Gotta use the low voice.
God, no. Remember last week, Riley ran around for like 10 minutes screaming,
Oh,
and
she was
David
so
was
happy.
so mad.
She was so happy that Savannah was around,
Oh.
like zooming everywhere.
Shit, the
Oh
zoomies.
my god, it was so bad. And then David was like, Riley, shut up. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
Oh my
She missed you. You need to come more often.
I know. Come every week now.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be my work from home buddy.
Oh.
We all need some kind of little support like that. Things that keep
Oh!
us.
Speaking of which, Riley! I have a little shirt that has Riley's face on it.
That you designed.
I know, this is very weird actually, how I'm showing it, but here, there you go.
You're like
Design.
flashing it
Yeah.
a little bit.
This
right?
was...
Did you design it?
Yeah, I designed it, and then my friend printed it out and put it on a shirt.
It's cute.
Things I do over the weekend with friends.
You're so busy.
I try to find things to make me happy. You know.
Speaking of happy.
Speaking of happy, today's topic is passionate. Passion?
Yeah.
Passion.
Passion.
Korean word for passion.
열정.
Yarjung.
Yarchang.
열정.
Yarchang.
God, you're so annoying.
Oh my god. Passion. So it's about what about passion?
How do you like your job?
Oh, it's about our job.
Passionate about job?
Passionate about job or how to stay passionate
Yeah. About your job.
about our job. Oh, I thought it was just like outside of our job, like just keep our life in general.
You can do both. I mean, your life is your work is your life. It's a big part of your day. It's 40 hours of minimum every week.
Is work your life?
No. No. Honestly, Krystal was the one to kind of first give me some perspective on, like, you know, like, I always knew, you know, like, my career was, like, the main part of my life because it does take up the most time. And I was always kind of like, oh, I guess I'm, like, this career girl, but I don't really, like, care about my job or whatever, you know, like, I'm just doing the work, but it's not like I'm, you know, like a photographer who's, like, constantly being inspired and, like, you know, things like that. It's just kind of like...
Yeah, but do you ever think you would be passionate about a job, or is that just not something that you're focused on?
I mean, I think it's like... Well, it's kind of like how I'm always searching for what is going to spark my interest to be, like, the next job I want to do or the next step I want to take. And I feel like, I guess... the kind of work I do now, which is like more coordinating, like management kind of a thing, it's not really something I can ever see myself becoming passionate about, you know? But I feel like, yeah, I feel like there might be something out there, you know? It's like we were just talking with Ozzy, Savannah's boyfriend, and she was saying like, Ozzy, like, how do you have a job that you love? And he's like, find something you like to do and do it.
And then it's just so easy.
And, you know, but in my opinion, it's like you have to find all the things that doesn't work to get to the things that does work. And I feel like, so with Krystal, I kind of learned, like, no, I'm not passionate about my job. I'm passionate about, like, my life outside of it. But I don't need that passion to keep working, you know? Like, because I feel like some people, when they, like, feel like they lose their passion, it's like a burnout, kind of, and, like, time to look for something new.
I guess that is us. Like,
yeah, because there's people who are we're passionate about other stuff, but, like, for me to want to be able to, like, actually do my job and, like, actually, like, be happy, I have to be happy at work. Because if I'm not happy at work, I just spiral. Mm-hmm. And, like, it just affects everything. Because, like, I care so much about what I do because I've always wanted to do it. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not happy and if I don't sense that other people that I'm working with are happy, it also makes it so much harder for me to do things.
You know, I think there are different paths of careers. Like, a lot of people go, you know, for example, there are careers out there make you big banks, right? Not the most fun job, but they make the big banks so that they could do other things.
Yeah.
For us, I think more or less we've chose this career because we enjoy the work. Not necessarily for the money, it's for the work. But if the work isn't there, at least that is for me. Like, that personally, like, I came into this industry because I worked at an international business industry for a while, and it was all about the money. I enjoyed it and then I realized that, I'm not passionate about this.
Yeah.
So when I joined here, the money wasn't really there at first, but then the job was just so fun. Like, you're immersed in this, like, animation, this creative world, and it was just so fun. But, you know, COVID happened, and some of that joy has been taken out of our job. So
I'd say most of the joy.
actually, all of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because working with people in person.
Wait, like all of the joy has been taken out of your jobs because of
Literally.
COVID?
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
it's like,
that
okay.
sounds like, why are you still working with? Well, I mean, you're not.
But it's like, so like, I'm speaking for Mariel and myself because we talk about this like probably every day,
Yep.
constantly.
Yep.
Is like our jobs are so people oriented, and then when you take you out of the space that the things are occurring, it becomes numbers and like money, and not money, like numbers and like data tracking, which is like
a different job.
Yeah.
it's not something that
It's not creative. Like,
Yeah.
we love being next to the creative.
Problem solving, being like in the front line.
not just even just like hearing them talk, like just seeing people excited about
Being there in there, that energy is what we enjoy. Because technically we are still in the creative by, you know, doing Zoom calls and stuff, but it's just not the same. So now we're just literally clicking buttons every day.
yeah
That's all I feel
write
like
down
I'm doing.
note. You're not like doing like, I think my favorite time was like crunch time, late at night, running around to people's computers, like talking to them.
When you're all a team together, you
Yeah.
feel like you're collaborating.
And then now you're just like, well, I guess this is it. This is my final delivery of a project I spent a year working on. Send. Okay, bye. Like, before you would like, hey, you want to go? It was always too late to go get a drink, but we're like, hey, do you guys want to go to In-N-Out?
Yeah.
Or
Like, for example, when we were working on Love, Death, and Robots together and during crunch time, we were all so into ordering matcha together.
Oh, yeah. I
was
remember
so
that giant
fun.
Excel you made.
Yeah.
With the drop down menu.
I mean, let's face it, I do say that I love Google Sheets and like formulating things, but honestly, who likes doing that if there's no fun to it?
Yeah.
That was the fun. I'm like, I want to do this whole like, everyone's super excited to order matcha and different drinks. And
then we all like try each other's pre-COVID
we
and
bond and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I remember it was like a thing when the delivery came to the kitchen. Everyone's like, matcha here, matcha time.
Yeah,
And it was just
everybody
like
was
a
so
break.
happy.
It was a good break,
Yeah.
too.
And then people will be like, wait, what is that? I want to be part of that. You know, it's just like a fun thing that you could...
Community.
Like,
Yeah, and then now your break is like, well, I guess I'll go wash a couple dishes and like go to the bathroom. And
People is like, oh, let's have happy hour a Zoom call. It's like, well, people want to walk around, you know, like it's different.
I have a question. So just like thinking of the word passion is like, I always associate it with more like creative, like things that we're making or doing for like out of our own like kind of love.
That's what I was thinking.
Do you guys feel like, because I feel like Lipp is like a passion of mine where it's like this thing that I want to put my energy and my time into. Do you have that same feeling towards like your day job when it was, you know, good? Where like you have that, like you feel like you can say passion for going into work.
Yeah, I loved it.
I enjoyed it. That's what I meant when I was saying that when we were in crunch and like that 60 hours a week went by so fast.
Yeah, like we were dying. Don't get me wrong. We were so tired.
I mean, I worked till like 3 a.m.
But then we would like just be super hyper and like go hang out.
We
and,
would
like,
be loopy together. That was fun.
Yeah, it was bonding. It was fun.
Okay.
Why?
No, I'm just wondering because it's like I don't know if I could say I'm passionate about like the tasks that I do or like going into the office.
Well, I think that's now what we're feeling.
Were you like that before pandemic?
It's kind of like, it's hard, like, I think maybe the thing I'm most passionate about within my job is not even within, like, my actual job. It's, like, doing the research. You know, like, whenever, like, hey, Ray, can you look up all these different kind of mountain ranges or these kinds of cars or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something I feel like a little more like that excitement. Like I want to get as much as I can. I want to do the best job. Like maybe that, but it's just I'm just kind of like hearing you guys and I'm like, I don't know if I would say I'm passionate about my job because I do.
It's not our job of like, you know, for like our job is what? Taking notes or whatever, driving meeting. It's not that.
It's the environment and the community.
And I think that's what you also enjoy too. You love listening to other people's conversation and help them out.
That's true. You know what? It's because it's been so long since I've been in an office that I kind of forgot that it I think that's such a big thing, the people for me.
Having a realization.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you are passionate about this because it's in person.
Yeah.
It's tactile. There's nothing
interacting with people.
Yeah.
I miss people.
I think my favorite TikTok trend was like, it's like this audio is like, I love this game, and it's like people like about to like go to work, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna be like a cashier simulator. I'm playing cashier simulator game for 8 hours, and they're like just having fun. It's like
what?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh man.
People were playing other jobs?
Like
No,
Avatar?
it would be like, I love this game, and you would just be like, and they would go to work, but they would like pretend it's a game.
Oh, okay.
So then they're like, oh, I'm a cashier for 8 hours, and they're like, oh, this is great. Push buttons. And so
like it seem like you're playing a video game.
Yeah.
But you're just
I mean,
going
like
to
when
their
you were
job.
little, did you not like play like grocery store and you would like scan items like, oh, this is fun. And then when you got older and you went to the grocery store and they had the self-checkout, like, oh my god, this is so much fun. And then as the years went on, I'm like, fuck, I hate this. And you're just scanning and scanning. It's just like that. It's like they were like
it was
reimagining themselves as a kid playing a game, but it was their life.
Interesting to make it more interesting, or
you get so detached from what you're actually doing, and you don't realize you actually like what you're doing. Maybe
you lost me there. Like, okay,
I don't know. Maybe I went off.
Maybe it's like trying to see your job from a different perspective, like seeing it as a game, seeing it as something not the monotony that you're used to, like kind of seeing it from a different perspective as like an observer.
If 15-year-old Mariel was dropped at your current job and be like, here, have fun, you'd be like, oh my god, this is so cool. And now you're just like, fuck, because you have to go. You don't. It's not fun anymore.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a choice.
You know, that's kind of how I felt about my previous bedroom. It was like going to that room was like going into hell.
Oh right, your cell.
My cell. I'm like, I'm going back to my cell.
We both moved after we left jobs. I couldn't be there anymore. I had to leave the job where I hated. Leave the apartment that I hated my job at.
Yeah, because that space.
The space was soiled.
Made you think of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just. I think that's a huge sign. I think where when I moved, I was like, I need to make a change. And I think one thing I did is the value of like how passionate am I with work. If I'm not that passionate about it, then I will do my job, but keep that passion placed somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that's what's important when we kind of like not totally burn out, but like how I'm saying, you know, I'm just like, I don't feel passion is a word I would say about like my career, my job. I just lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for me, it's like starting, as I've gotten older, it's gotten less and less exciting. But then I'm also at the same time, like, it's just gotten, the universe itself has just gotten more exhausting to live in. Yeah. And, like, work has gotten more, like, easy to the point where, like, everything is just like, okay, I'm not excited about anything.
Yeah, it's...
What? About anything?
Anything at work, you mean?
Or anything in life?
This is not a depression podcast.
I know.
I'm not depressed.
I was like, I'm ready to be a therapist right now.
I was told I'm not depressed.
Tell me how you feel. No, but I understand that. Like how, I think for me it's like, I get up, I make my coffee, and I'm trying to wake myself up, and then the next thing I know is I gotta go to that room and I'll be stuck there for X amount of hours. What I truly miss is those like coffee run we did, those little like small talks we did. You know, I'm not an extrovert and I hate socializing.
I would not guess that.
Me going to Mariel's house.
But I love small groups, like having one-on-one. I like intimate.
Yes, that's the right word.
Yeah. Okay. And we don't have that anymore. So when we have, you know, it's and I love bonding with people. That's like one of the things I really like. But
Yeah.
So are you finding a different outlet to get that out of your job, or like different things to be
I'm not.
passionate about in your job?
well, you kind of joined my thing.
Oh yeah. I am. I'm passionate about your Twitch. I'm not
So what? Okay, surprise. One thing that I do now is
forgot
I
about
stream on Twitch.
Right, and that's like a way that kind of keeps you.
Yeah. Now there is a concept of Twitch streaming means like, oh, do you play video games? Sure, there is that kind, but I'm like the total opposite. I'm like, I don't play games. I have a community where it's called Mariel's Cafe. Work with me. And so what I do is I have a chat with my community, and we do something called Pomodoro technique, where we set a timer, and maybe about between 30 to 40 minutes of concentrating one thing, and then we come back looking forward to our break.
Right.
Which is what I want.
So it's like you created your own little
Coffee break.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one-on-one intimacy that we have, and just having a community where we could be accountable to. Because one thing that I've realized and I really enjoyed about this is that people like Savanna and also other folks are looking forward to this Pomodoro because they need that structure. And
I just like talking to people.
and people just like want to talk, you know.
Yeah.
I just like
well,
talking.
like that.
I have
for you,
friends
too.
there now.
When you were like,
I know you do.
Wait, you have friends now in the
Yeah.
community?
Yeah.
Oh.
They say hi when she joins and she's like hi, and everyone's like hi, Sam.
She's VIP.
Hi guys.
VIP indeed.
For all those watching.
And I
My
love
friends.
it. I think I never thought of like, what the fuck, like streaming? Like, I'm like, I don't want to, what am I supposed to do? Talk to myself? But it's actually very different. And I remember during 2020, I really wanted that. I was like, can someone just be here with me? Like, they don't have to talk to me, but they just be there with me.
That is so funny because I feel like I had friends in college who would like have their laptops FaceTiming or whatever it was at the time, like their boyfriend in another city, and they would just be like on the screen all the time just to be keep company.
Yeah.
And I was like, does that really feel like you're, you know? And I think it kind of suffices to some extent.
Surprisingly, it does. And you know what? I'm going to give credit to Dan Coe,
Woo!
who told me about that. He's like, I think you'll do well in this. I think it's your thing. And I'm like, and it's not that he actually like inspired me to be creative. I think the creativity part is where it triggered me. And I'm like, I want to do this. And so, I mean, I've been doing it for 3 months now, and it's been
I love it.
surprisingly like fun. Yeah. So finding like ways I'm like, I would have never done that if the pandemic didn't come around.
Yeah.
That's where I kind of like, you know, sprinkle my passion, I guess.
Yeah, because I feel like pandemic gave us all a chance to find passions outside of our work or find ourselves outside of work.
That's what Savanna was doing.
Which is?
Just learning about myself.
Yeah.
'Cause I never had a minute to break.
Yeah.
Like, Savanna got diagnosed with ADHD. Day 3 of Adderall. I feel fucking great.
Wait,
Oh, wait, you're gonna say
you feel
this?
great or Savannah feels great?
Savannah feels great.
Okay.
I feel great. What is wrong with it?
Nothing's wrong
Nothing
with it.
wrong with it. I'm gonna say it. I'm medicated. I have a prescription. Everything's fine. It's all legal. I
Yeah.
need this.
Yeah.
No, and I think it makes a huge difference for you. I've seen a drastic change, especially your closet. I think that was just like,
I
what
mean,
the
I
freak?
sat for 30 minutes in dead
That's it?
dead silence.
Wow.
No music, nothing, and put everything away.
That's
That is
incredible.
unheard of. Thank you, everybody.
Life-changing.
Knowing how Savannah works, it's incredible. Yeah.
But I mean, maybe that's why I haven't found anything because I've been struggling just
Yeah.
being a person
Well, like that's honestly like
without structure because I had no structure. My jobs have been very hurry up and wait. And this past year and some change is the first time I've ever not had something to do for at least 10 hours a day. From when I was a child to 27 years old, I worked or did school for at least 10 hours a
or
day.
equestrian or swim team
Yes.
or water polo.
So I've never,
You've been
Yeah.
booked. You've always been fully booked without any
Full
time
steam
to-
ahead.
Yeah.
maybe my passion is myself.
I mean, yeah.
Cheese ball.
Touche.
I don't know. It's been
But
a
no,
lot of self-reflection for
But
me.
when you were saying that, like it was before pandemic because it was when Krystal was still in LA. I remember she was saying something like, you know, passions can be something as simple as just what makes you happy at the end of the day, like petting your dog or doing a puzzle or something that just like
Cats
Yeah.
are my cats are my
pet
passion.
your cats or something like that. And I also remember around that time, it was either I think my mom asked me like, can you say, like, I love me? Like, I love myself? And I was like, no, I've never said that before. That feels really weird. And I realized I, like, didn't have self-love. If I couldn't even say I love myself.
Self-love.
Yeah, so that became kind of, like, my search. Oh! But it was, like, to find the things that I love and that make me happy enough to be able to say, like, I can love myself. And, like, I feel like that's just, like, this other version of passion that we have is like the passion for ourselves, our happiness.
Well, it's like you can't fill your cup if your cup. You can't fill someone else's cup if your cup's empty. Like, could you be passionate about something if you don't feel passion for yourself and doing stuff?
Well, what is your self-love like right now?
So honestly, you actually kind of reminded me about it when I was talking to you this week. So I've been off for the past 2 weeks, and I think my self-love is like taking care of myself and letting me sleep however long I want to sleep, not feel like I need to be productive and constantly producing things or working on side projects. It's like giving myself a break. I think all of us are overachievers, like especially we were talking Becca last night. She's like, I always overbook myself. And I'm like, one of the things that I've done for self-love is like I try to only plan one event per weekend, so I know I have my rest time. You know, like certain things like that where I'm like, I know I like my time with myself. I know the things that I like to do. Like now I'm really into paint by numbers and, you know, just, so like making time for myself, I think, is like how I love myself.
I told her that resting is productive.
Yeah, because I was like, I thought I was going to do this, I thought I was going to do that, and you're like,
there's,
no.
if there's one thing I'm good at is going to bed early.
Me too.
I will put myself to bed at like 8:30, no shame.
Wow.
You can ask Ozzy after this. I will literally go to bed.
No, I could tell because your thing says away on your chat.
I will literally put myself to bed. But yeah, I don't know. I think I will figure out my passions. I'm still youthful.
Yeah, you are. I mean, and it's not like you have to find your passion.
Well, and there's also this, so this is another big thing, is Elizabeth Gilbert, the Eat, Pray, Love lady, she's all about passion and like, you know, knowing your passion and putting everything into it and like writing for days. But it kind of made people feel like me, I'm like, I don't have that kind of passion.
I don't feel like that way about anything.
Same. I was like, you know, Krystal's like, her passion is animals and sculpting and art and all this and music. And I was like, I don't have any of those. And there was another story. So Elizabeth Gilbert's husband, I think it was Elizabeth Gilbert, but her husband, he's like totally opposite from her, where he kind of just likes to flip from thing to thing and kind of just try lots of new things. That's me. That's you. Like, so you don't have to be this fixed, like, I have one passion. Yeah. Like, some of us have lots of passions and like to dabble.
That's why we're in production, because artists, they do one thing.
That's true. Yeah.
We like to do a lot of things.
Maybe our passion is dabbling.
Yes.
Trying new things.
Yeah.
But then, like, society makes you feel bad that you're not, like, excited about the one thing.
Yeah.
Like, I like a lot of things, a little bit.
But that was what I had to come to terms with, is I felt I was putting so much pressure on myself to find the thing.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it felt like everyone has that, and then once I let go of it, I think it was just taking that pressure off.
Yeah.
I think what I came to conclusion is that my passion is to be happy. So whatever I'm doing, I'm not crying. I just have something on my face.
I can see it. Close up, zoom in.
Is that my goal in my life is to be happy. So whatever that means, it doesn't have to be like one thing. I could do multiple things. There's society pressure. It's another thing. Is that why are we so pressured to do something that society wants? Does that make me happy?
Like, who am I trying to impress?
Yeah, am I trying to impress the society? Okay, what am I going to get in return?
I mean, and I think that's kind of how I got to the point where I was like, I'm fine staying in this position and not trying to find the next, step up the next path. As being like, I like this now, and I don't feel like I need to force myself to move in any direction for anyone else.
Yeah.
I can see how that could be a pressure for you, like when everyone's talking about like, the next step, growing.
For like always, they're like, do you want to be an art director? Do you want to be an assistant art director? How can I help you? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to do any of it. Like,
I also feel like there's like a point that you reach like fiscally that you can afford to do that and be happy staying somewhere. Because I feel like I only recently have become like, maybe like the past year been like felt safe, like I wasn't about to like go starve or what, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I felt comfortable enough
Yeah.
to be happy to stay where I am.
That's true. And I think I'm in a position because, like, I'm able to increase
and,
my
like,
rate
for
that I
the
can be.
youngins out there, like, you might be not making it, you might be just barely making it by and not being passionate, but there is hope in the future.
We all started there.
Yeah, and it's just, like, you have to set expectations for yourself. That's also another thing. Like, if you're going to be passionate about something, you have to set your expectations for yourself to do things.
Well, yeah, actually, I was going to just say that if you have passion for something, but you can't financially, you're struggling, you got to hustle, too. Like, I think there is a balance between, like, you know, I want to be happy, and I could say that, and that's my goal, because we're in a more or less in the comfortable, like, we're not going to starve.
We're privileged enough to be stable.
We save money.
Yes.
But speaking of which, I did choose passion over money one time in my career, where I was, you know, I was growing in my career, and I was at a good level of my position, and the money was there, the title was there, and the money was going to come more. But the passion, the creativity the passion wasn't there. I felt like I was withering, and at that time, I still wanted that creativity, passion to be around me. And I realized at that point, I was like, wow, money doesn't really bring joy to me as much as I thought it would. Of course, there's a balance, but at that time in my life, I was like, I really want to get into my creativity. Like, I'm still too young to give up on this and just work for the money. So I chose passion, and that passion, unfortunately, came with a give and take. It's like, if you want to take that passion, then you're going to have to lose some money. So I did that, and I stepped down and be like, I'm picking that passion over money. A lot of people might think that's insane, but it's probably one of the best decisions I ever made. If I think back, I was so happy.
Yeah.
And the opportunities that I had during that time.
The people you met.
The people I met. I'm still friends with them. Like, we're so, like, close and bonding.
So yeah, it's worth
really
it
good.
to make the sacrifice sometimes to follow your passion, because it leads you to those people. But also, it's like, if you have a passion, you gotta hustle to make it happen.
Yeah. But also, what if you're not necessarily good at, air quote, what you're passionate about too?
Oh, people are very, like, instant gratitude. Is that what it is?
Gratification.
Gratification, yeah. That's a thing these days. And I think if you're not passionate about it, people need to learn that there is something called time and practice. And I feel like a lot of people don't practice that anymore. They think that
Instant gratification.
that they'll become good, and they're like good enough to be the next thing.
Do you think you can be passionate about something you're not good at, though?
Yes.
Because
Absolutely.
Yeah? Okay.
I will use an example. I am really bad at roller skating.
No, you're not.
I love it. I've acknowledged that I'm not coordinated enough to be like Becca and be cool and, like, do flips and tricks. I just want to go in circles. That's fun. I enjoy it. I just want to go in circles and be in peace. I want to zone out and just go around in circles. I love that. I'm passionate about that.
Yeah.
But when someone tries to make me do more, because that's what always people want you to do, they want you to push. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm happy. I want to go in circles. I just want to zone out and go around in circles.
Okay.
That's all I want.
That's swimming laps.
Yeah.
That's exactly what,
swimming
you know,
laps. It's
just like that.
yeah, like, I don't want to go backwards. I don't want to go sideways.
I just want to coast.
I don't want to flip around. I just want to go straight and zone out. That's all I want to do. I want to leave my body.
Great.
And I love that.
Good
But
for you.
some people are just, like, some people are artists. They're just, like, objectively, it's not there.
Yeah.
But they still have passion. Like, you still have fun doing it. I think there's no shame in being passionate about something that you're not good at.
Well, I would think then it always has to be fun.
Yeah.
When you say passion, though, like, you mean, like, you're good at it, or you could be, like, passionate about it and admire
For me, passion means excited. So I'm passionate. I get excited when I get to go roller skating, and I have fun doing it.
What am I passionate about?
You like drawing. You like your Twitch.
But I'm doing it. But what am I passionate about? Something just watching, kind of thing. I don't have to be part of it. That's what I think about. Like, I'm passionate. I don't know.
I think it's just interesting because we all think of passion a little differently, you know?
Maybe, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think passion is?
Well, I
This is
feel
going
like-
off the rails.
Because I feel like passion is just, like, this deep, like, I have to do this thing. This
Oh,
is
mine
my
is-
calling,
yeah.
and I love it.
Mine's
And
much more muted than that.
Okay, yeah, because that's why I was wondering, because I'm like, you know, can you be passionate about something that you're struggling with? You know, like if you're like, I want to be a concert pianist, but you really just can't get it down, can you still be passionate while you're trying?
Yeah, I mean, you could be...
You just want that?
Yeah, but then I feel like you would burn yourself out.
Yeah.
If you're like...
just trying to achieve...
I think the point
It's
is
like a lot
like
of self-reflection.
be happy, excited while you're doing it. Because like I'm not like I love drawing. Until I don't call myself an artist, but I feel like a lot of people don't say that you're not an artist, and I'm just like I don't know what to call myself because like I'm not someone who does drawing every day. I love doing it. Sometimes it comes and I'm like, but then if it doesn't come, then I'm like whatever. But I'm passionate about it.
Yeah, and you're good at it.
But I have an opinion.
Yeah. Well, no, but there's like not everybody's an Olympian.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to be an Olympian.
And that's okay.
Yes.
Right? That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's the point. Like, if you're excited about something, you just have to acknowledge, at least for me, so I don't, like, beat myself about it, like, you have to acknowledge the line. There are lines of where your
Expectations?
where you can hit. Maybe it's ceilings.
Okay.
There are roofs of where you can hit skill level-wise. Like, Savanna, back to roller skating, I am not coordinated. I will fall. I can't walk in a straight line. Am I really stupid for putting wheels on my feet that I can't take off? Yes. Have I hurt myself multiple times? Yes. Did I slam my face into the wall? Yes. Have I busted my shoulder? Yes. Have I sprained my wrist? Yes. 3 months of this. But still, I want to go out and do it because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And I'm really bad at it.
But that's good.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, the society shouldn't pressure us to be the best of the best when you're enjoying it. Like, I think that's the thing
That's
that people
what I'm trying
forget.
to say, yeah.
It's like you're so stressed about being pressured to be the best when you, and instead just enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's, like, feeling lost. I think that's, like, something that I feel like a lot of people feel lost. And that's what I'm trying to, like, verbalize of, like, are you lost or are you just not reflecting on what you want?
That's probably, they're not reflecting.
Because, like, Mary and I have had conversations, like, probably every day about, like, what we want to do with our lives. And we're both just confused. And I think we both were just, like, maybe we should step back and, like, enjoy what we're doing now. Which is, I think we both settled on that. And, what, like, at least when I settled on that, and I'm like, I'm okay with this right now. Then doors open.
It's like once you're not feeling like a victim anymore. It's like, that's like the first step, because when you're a victim, you're trapping yourself, thinking you have no options.
Yeah.
And that is a really bad rabbit hole you're getting yourself into, because then you start doubting about everything.
And this was Mary and I, like, 2 weeks ago.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
It was not too long ago.
It was literally, like, maybe a month ago.
I was in a rabbit hole. I was like, oh my God.
And I was too, and then I snapped out and, like, trying to help her get out.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're just like, okay, everything's fine. It's like when you're stressed out.
Back to being Buddhist, just be right here in the moment, not thinking about everything else that could happen, or
it's like when you're stressed out at work and you have a lot of things to do, you just take a minute and you write them all down.
Maybe step away, get a grab coffee. This is where I miss, like, the whole in-person thing. Is just grab coffee, like, get out of that space, and you come back and then you see it with fresh eyes. You're like, oh.
And that's how you have a passion.
So Donny.
And that's how you have passion.
End.
I don't know.
All right, well, we hope everyone can start searching for their passions and self-love.
Self-love, I think.
I feel healed right now.
You feel healed?
Yeah, that was nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Aww.
I feel better.
Okay, well, I hope that makes everyone else feel good too.
I hope others
Because,
feel
you know,
lovely.
this is what we're going through. We're all
This is like
going
a
through
true
this
girl
together.
chat.
It's like a
Therapy chat. Anyway.
You're welcome. You've got a nice little girl chat.
We got no host here. We're just chatting.
Vibing, just vibes.
All right.
Alrighty, well then. See you guys.
Be free. Find your passion. Love yourself.
Self-love. Girl power.
Bye. For more information, follow us on Instagram at Ladies in Prod Podcast, or you can email us at ladiesandprodpodcast@gmail.com.